You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready like Freddy?
I'm readier than Freddy. That was not a good one. That sounded cooler in my head. All right.
Just like most jokes.
Exactly.
I'm still working on an intro for this, so we'll just get right into it. So, hey everybody.
What's up?
This is the second episode of Part-Time Weirdos, and today I have my man Naveen.
Naveen Mathai.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm all right. You know, it's a nice sunny day in Chicago.
Something like that. It's cold out here, man.
Yeah, it was like, 21 when I woke up this morning?
When I walked out, my weather app said like 10 degrees or something like that. I don't know.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it was bad.
So, tell us, are you like from Chicago?
Okay, so my parents moved here from, I'm going way back, but my parents moved here from India straight to Chicago. And then by the time I was born, they moved a little further west to Schaumburg in like the suburbs, west side suburbs. So I grew up like Schaumburg, Addison area. And then I came back here to Chicago for college when I started at Columbia like 2 years ago. So I'm like 2 years in. I'm about to graduate this semester in like a month.
He's out of here.
Yeah.
He's about to get out of here.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So, tell us, like, what about your major? Like, what did you want to do when you first got into college?
Okay, so when I first started college, I was at community college in the suburbs at College of DuPage, and I was doing computer science. And, okay, I was doing it, honestly, because I didn't know what I wanted to do as my major. And I was like, I'm good at computers, like I could work my way around this, but...
You wasn't feeling it?
I was not feeling it, man. It was just a whole lot of coding and stuff. And, like, we got to take those web design classes, and that's, like, already enough coding, so...
HTML, CSS, Java, all that.
Exactly. But, yeah, I was doing Java. I took, like, a few classes, and I was like, nah, that's not it. But, honestly, the way I got started into graphic design was because I had a bunch of friends who were artists. That was a loud smack. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I had a lot of friends who were like musical artists, like they were rappers and stuff like that. And I thought they made really cool music, but whenever they put out songs, they would have like these really weak cover arts, that I hated. And to me, when I listen to songs that I find like on blogs or online or whatever it was at the time, if I saw like a cover art that just didn't, like the album artwork just didn't look good to me, I wouldn't listen to it because I assumed the song quality like matched, like how bad the artwork was. But I had these friends that had really good music and really bad artwork. So I was like not listening to their stuff, even though, you know
them personally.
Yeah, I know them personally, and I was like not really listening to it because I don't know why. I don't know if I'm being a hater. I think it's a psychological thing,
No, it really comes down. This is like marketing. Like
when
you go to,
exactly.
Like when you go to like a store or whatever, it's like you're not gonna buy like great value, whatever the fuck it is.
Yes.
Like it's just like it's like a blue block with like white text or whatever. It comes down to marketing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much what it was. I had friends who had these trash album artwork, and I told them, and I was like, hey, you should just let me try to like, do this better. Even though I didn't have a lot of like Photoshop or whatever it was background, but I played around a lot with like Microsoft Paint and stuff when I was a kid, and I was like, you know what, we can make this work. And I did my first one in high school. I think I was like a senior, something like that, and it was just for my friend for one of his songs. And I was like, hey, this actually worked out. And then he started hitting me up because he was like, I can't do these, but this is cool. And then he started telling his friends, and his friends started telling their friends, and then they all started hitting me up to do their artwork. And then like I almost started building like this sort of clientele, and I was like, hey, I should just charge people for this, like back in beginning of college type of thing at this point.
Right.
Yeah. And at this point, I'm still doing computer science, but I was like, I might as well just, see where this can go career-wise. And I was like skeptical at first just because I didn't know any other graphic designers or anything like that.
Yes.
And I didn't Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, you're just like starting from scratch,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, exactly. But then like once I started doing my research and I started seeing like how many different career paths and like ways it could go, it could work out, you know? So I ended up at Columbia.
Doing graphic design.
Yep, graphic design is my major.
Okay. You like it?
I do like it. Columbia is cool. I think sometimes I feel like I end up getting caught up doing school projects more than projects outside of school that will help my career more than the school project will.
Like what?
Gets annoying sometimes. I mean, just in general, like, you know, like when you got to take like a publication design or like a packaging design, whatever it is, like, I mean, it's cool getting that experience and stuff, but sometimes it's just like, I feel like I'm more worried about finishing that project for class that I don't have, like I'm falling behind on deadlines for stuff that I'm doing while I'm freelancing outside of school.
Yeah, so it's trying to like find that balance, that balance
Yeah.
between like school life and professional freelance stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which you seem to be doing a great job at, but you're also the insomniac, so I don't know, man. I need my sleep, you know.
I would love to go to sleep, but between, you know, city life, you know, trying to be like an entrepreneur and doing like stuff like this and just trying to have like time for like social life, just like this time to chill, it's not enough hours in the day, really.
Yeah, really though.
Yeah. So like, I saw like some of your work in class and whatnot. So like, what inspires you, or like what do you like working with in terms of like projects and stuff?
What do you mean?
What type of work do you like doing?
Okay. I really like doing like compositional work, like flyers and designs like that. Mostly because what I always started out doing was, you know, album artwork, and then flyer designs for shows and stuff like that, and like posters, that type of stuff. Because when it's doing like logos or that one thing that's gonna be permanent, like that's sticking towards the brand, that's not really my strong suit. I'd rather do multiple different, you know, designs. Yeah, exactly, that match up with the brand rather than have it be like the logo or like the color palette, or you know what I'm saying? Like just
so you rather like work off the brand rather than work directly with the brand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You have, because like I saw like you were working on like for the magazine project, you had like a thing with like FUBU.
Yeah.
You want to like go into that, like explain like what that is, or your process with that rather.
Okay, cool. So this whole semester, all right, let me backtrack a little bit. So FUBU, back at College of DuPage, I remember I was like, I found some of my old FUBU clothes because like I just had a lot of that type of stuff, like that Echo Unlimited, like South Pole, Rockaware type of stuff, and FUBU, of course. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring FUBU back one day. I don't know why I decided that. I just found one of my old shirts, and I was like, I'm going to start wearing this, and I'm going to bring FUBU back. But obviously, I didn't really do anything about it. I was just like, I'm going to bring it back. And then this semester, so like 2-3 years later, damn near, we're doing the rebrand project for Graphic Design 3. And so like we just had to pick a brand and then redesign it, rebrand it pretty much, change up the logo, change up the audience, change up, you know, all that type of stuff. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do FUBU for this. So then like I start coming up with all these ideas and stuff like that, and I'm like, cool, we're going to do that. And then right after that, I think like the day after that, we have the publication design class that we have together. And then the teacher, you know, tells us that we're doing or picking whatever the subject was for the magazine, and I was like, okay, I'll just do FUBU again because that way I'm doing less work. You know what I'm saying?
You just bring it back. You're already working on it.
Yeah, exactly. So in my head, it's like, okay, cool. It's like one big project, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm taking this web design class where we're redesigning or rebranding a website for the brand, whatever. So I was like, cool, okay, everything's going to be FUBU this semester.
So it's just a FUBU semester.
Yeah, this whole semester is like the big FUBU project. And then hopefully, you know, everything turns out cool. Maybe I can pitch it to them. Maybe I can do something cool with it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how would you, if you were to like market it to them, like what would you, how would you like go about that?
Okay. So if I were, well, I've been doing a lot of homework on this and like watching all these Damon John interviews and all that type of stuff. But I don't know. I feel like the whole point of FUBU when it came out was that it was for us by us.
Right.
It was like for the people, right? And I feel like this is a great opportunity to keep it going in that realm because I see FUBU being so much more than just a clothing brand, which is one of their goals that he said in an interview before it got shut down, or not shut down, but it's just not an active company anymore, something like that. It would be an awesome opportunity to use FUBU to be like a platform rather than just a brand. Because if you look at other companies like Echo Unlimited or like even Red Bull, I think they have like a music section where they've
been doing a lot of concerts recently.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have the concerts, they like sign artists or they bring people together. Like Red Bull brought like Earl Sweatshirt and like, I don't know if you follow rap music at all.
Yeah.
Okay, like Earl Sweatshirt and G Herbo did a song together.
Really?
Yeah, through Red Bull. This is like the weirdest thing ever, but it works and it's super cool. The song is tight. But yeah, I just feel like FUBU was in such a perfect position to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they wanted to and they didn't, but they're just kind of doing a lot of stuff right now. But I don't know. I feel like they could be headed in an awesome direction. And then on top of that, they were one of the first streetwear brands, you know, like one of the originals when like hip hop was first a thing.
Right. When did they start?
19. I'm a butcher it. I don't know the exact year, but I don't want to like say the wrong one right now.
Just like give me like a rough estimate, like 70s, 80s.
80s, 90s.
Okay.
80. Yeah, something like that.
So this is around the time like we were all born.
Right.
You're right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's one of the first streetwear brands. It turned streetwear into what streetwear is today, and you know, streetwear right now is like. There's like kids from the suburbs flipping Supreme shirts and stuff like that, you know? So
right.
it's like a whole culture now that's like just become global since what it started as when FUBU was big, you know? But I think FUBU was so solidified back then that it deserves to be solidified right now. And it could be if they like marketed it the right way, you know?
Right.
I think there's just a lot of inconsistencies and stuff like that with the way that they approached the brand.
Like what?
Like, all right, one thing is that they have a bunch of different logos that they use, and it's like, it literally doesn't match up, you know? Yeah. Like, there's like different variations of it that they use in different areas, and it's like, I don't know. It's just like, in my opinion, it comes off a little bit like sloppy, but I don't want to say all that. But you know, I just think it could be a lot more cleaned up and professional. And like, I get why it was the way it was back then, but it just could be a lot nicer now. You know,
just trying to modernize it a little more.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay,
exactly.
So where do you like see yourself 5 years from now, since you're about to graduate?
Okay. 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I want to stay involved with the whole music thing. So aside from designs, I also, I make beats. I'm a producer. I want to do more in that realm and stay with the whole music thing. So I want to keep doing design work, you know, album artwork, flyer designs, tour designs, whatever it is. Whether it's like through a label or just through my friends or whatever it is, I just want to keep pushing in that direction. So, you know, wherever that takes me in the next 5 years.
Sponsored by FUBU?
Hopefully, you know, that would be sick.
No, I mean, I could see that.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Like, I actually have really, high expectations, but I'm trying not to bring them up too high, just in case I just, get a 0 email back, you know, but we'll see.
Man, like I tell everybody on the show, shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
All right. You and me had a conversation a few days ago.
Yeah.
About where we wanted to work and whatnot. And I brought up L.A.
Yeah.
I told you about my first time in L.A. And so I guess we're gonna bring that up to speed for everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Talk about that.
So, as you know, we're both visual designers and everything.
Right.
And I'm trying to get into the voice acting, game development side of things as well.
Sick.
So I was like, okay, I'm graduating in a couple months. I want to figure out where would I live essentially. Been to San Francisco, loved it. Chicago's all right. Hate the cold though. And I said, oh, I've been to L.A. like with a friend for like one afternoon a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then I brought up we met some very interesting people while we were walking.
Yes.
On the boulevard. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to like reintroduce you to that story.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Wait. Is this the
that story? Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
For the sake of this conversation, we're going to call them Barnes and Noble's employees.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. All right. Cool.
I say this because after I tell you this story and you share yours, they were actually in the news this week.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's keep ourselves safe. Yeah, let's.
Okay, so I want to say after my freshman year in high school, me and my friend David, because he has his parents have like a place in like San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah. So he hits me up. He's like, "Hey Zach, you and me cool. You want to come for like a week?"
Right.
I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll pay for your flight and everything."
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, "Shh, I can't say no."
Yeah, I mean,
like growing up in Memphis is like one of the things I wanted to do was like go to like the West Coast and at least like check it out.
Oh yeah.
Because I grew up like watching these movies and like all these like the whole like California lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not saying it's for me, but I wanted to like check it out.
Yeah, you got to at least.
Yeah. So it was like it's like 2 weeks after like the school year was finished. He gets me a plane ticket from Memphis to like somewhere in San Diego, somewhere around there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it was LAX. I don't remember. I want to say it was LAX. Like I said, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm just like blown away. Like it's just a completely different like landscape. People are like completely different.
Yeah. The whole culture.
Yeah, it was a big culture shock to me because like Memphis and just like the South in general is like a polar opposite.
Yeah.
It's like all this new modernized like buildings and like people, and it's just it wasn't like really too big on the big city life.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and him, we went around like San Diego and checked out some museums and stuff like that. Went to the beach.
Right.
Went to the beach for the first time. Lost my favorite sunglasses.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a wave just hit me.
Ooh.
No, a wave hit me because I was trying to help him find his glasses because he lost them.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was like overall I was like loving it. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to like LA for like a day?"
Okay.
And I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah. Like we'll just take a train up there. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours." I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
So we leave one morning. His dad drove us to like the train station. We take a train into like downtown LA.
Okay.
And we're just like walking around, just looking at stuff.
Right.
Again, I'm freaking out because like I can see like the Hollywood sign like in the hills
in like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just because like you remember when GTA 5 came out?
I do. I didn't play it like that, but I remember when it came out.
Yeah, it was just like because I was like so used to playing that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I see like where they got the inspiration from.
Yeah.
And so just like seeing all this stuff that you seen as a kid like in real life, it's like wow.
It's like this is GTA in real life.
Yeah. Only without all the mass shootings. And everything.
Of course.
We're like passing like by like different like famous spots or whatever.
Okay.
So we're like on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Just walking around. It's like 100 souvenir shops.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And my mom's like, make sure you get your brother something. I was like, okay. I didn't want to give him like anything like cheap from like a souvenir shop, but there was like so many. I didn't really know like what to give him. So we're just looking around. While we're looking around, there was like this one building that kind of like stood out from everywhere else.
Okay.
It's like this brown. It's like this beige tannish building.
Yeah. Compared to
to just like these little souvenir shops and like restaurants and stuff.
Right.
So,
right.
And there's this nice little like white girl comes up to us. She's like, "Hey, you have a minute?" I'm like, and me and my friend were like, "Yeah," because we were just walking. We didn't really care.
Yeah.
We didn't really have like a set plan.
She's outside the building?
Yeah, she's just like,
okay.
She walks up to us. She's like, "Hey, you have a minute?" I'm like,
that's usually a bad sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like again, I'm not used to this.
Right.
We don't. Most people back home don't really approach you with a smile.
Yeah.
So I'm just
that's
like,
true.
So that was my first mistake.
Okay.
So that's kind of like why we kind of just like gravitated towards her.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So she's like, hey, you want to take a personality quiz?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's That's where they get you.
So we walk into this building where she's like, here, you want to take a personality quiz? It'll take you like 15 minutes. Right?
Okay.
That's what she said.
Right.
We walk in there. It's like a library.
So you just say yeah. Like when she said, "Do you want to?"
Me and my friend looked at each other. We're like, "Yeah, I guess."
Yeah,
we were going to get lunch.
Yeah.
We had like a whole hour to kill.
Okay.
So we're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Okay.
She said it'll be like 15 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
So,
the reason why I'm asking is because I had a really similar experience. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I want you to finish this stuff.
So we go to this building, and it's like it's like it's loud as shit.
Yeah.
Like outside.
Oh yeah.
Go inside. It's like nice and quaint.
Okay.
It's like a library.
Like a library. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a library, and they have like books, and like these weird looking shelves, and like I can't remember all of it because it was like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But so we get in there. They had this long like table. This long this long table, like a whole bunch of seats, and it has like a little window desk in the middle.
Yeah.
So you can't so it's like for like test taking or whatever.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I sit on one side, my friend sits on another. She's like and we're thinking it's like gonna be like a online personality quiz, like you see on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
She hands us a fucking packet.
Yeah. like a SAT type of thing.
This shit was 5 to 6 pages long.
Okay.
And I'm like, she's like, here you go, just fill this out and then bring it back to the person at the desk when you're done. I'm like, okay. Why is this some guy at the desk?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, again, I'm thinking this is just a regular like bougie ass library.
Right.
Because it's California.
Okay. Wait, are you aware that this is a Barnes and Noble beforehand? No. Okay.
I didn't know anything about this Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
So
got you.
I didn't know they existed until.
Oh, really?
Well, I've heard about them like from one of my friends back in Rochester.
Yeah.
But I didn't I was just like, whatever. It's just like one of those things. It's like a ghost story.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Makes sense.
Again, she says it's going to take about 15 minutes. We spent over an hour taking this test.
Okay.
Because it was like 100+ questions asking about are you depressed?
Yep.
What describe your friend circle, blah blah blah. Asking a lot of weird ass questions.
Yeah.
Again, I'm still in culture shock, so I'm not really paying attention to what's going on. I'm like,
right.
I want to finish this. I want to see if I can run into a celebrity.
Right.
I know I'm gonna have the tourist state of mind still in effect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So eventually we finish.
Okay.
And we take it up to the guy at this desk at the front of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, just sit. And we had a little sitting area right in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a few chairs.
Like a waiting.
Yeah, waiting area.
Yeah.
He said to sit right here.
Okay.
And the girl came, picked up our test, and she walked off for a few minutes. She came back, I want to say 10, 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
And then she had her own desk area.
Yeah.
It's kind of set up like a bank, but like a library.
Okay.
If that makes sense. She had her own little cubicle.
Yeah. I got you. Is it closed off? Is it like a room?
I don't remember. I don't think it was.
Okay.
Because the whole layout was pretty open.
Right.
But it had little sectioned off places.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Me and him go to her little cubicle area.
Right.
And we're okay, let's see what our personality is or whatever.
Right.
I've been called a dad a lot. So I'm thinking I'm going to get that response.
Yeah.
And then she's like, huh? And we're like, what? Seems like both of you are clinically depressed.
Okay. I'm not laughing at depression. I'm laughing because I know why she said that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then I'm like, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
And she's talking about how you have a reserved amount of people you hang out with and blah blah blah. Just all the jargon.
Right.
I'm like, okay, what does this relate to my personality? She's like,
right.
Well, if you want, I have something that can possibly give you some therapy.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what is it? So she pulls out this very special book.
Right.
I think you know which book I'm talking about.
I know exactly what book you're talking about.
And like it took me a second to really figure out what this book was, because like the moment she pulled it out, I was like, I recognize this book. I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah.
But I recognized it.
Okay.
And like while she's talking, it's just like, well, where have I seen this book before?
Yeah.
And then it's like halfway through like her little like explanation about what it was. I was like, oh shit.
This is like when it all hits.
it was just like you're coming off your high when you like get arrested. You're just like,
yeah.
And I'm looking around. I'm just like, I'm actually in here.
Yeah. Like, how did I end up here?
And then like my friend, he was like, what's going on? And then I was like, excuse us for a second. I was like, David, we're in a Barnes and Noble right now.
Wait, so your friend doesn't know what Barnes and Noble is either?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Because originally he lives in like New York City.
Yeah.
But his family has like a house there and like a house in San Diego.
Okay.
Because they're like retired, but they just like have real estate in different places.
Yeah. Okay.
So but he doesn't like know about them per se.
No, I got you.
So I'm like, David, we're in the Barnes and Noble right now.
Wait, you say this to him in the room?
No, I was like, we just like, hey, I was like, I pretended like I had a phone call.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, this is like your dad.
Right.
Because I had his mom and his dad and like his parents' number on my phone.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, just give us 1 second. His dad's calling us, trying to make sure we were catch the train on time.
Yeah.
So we like step out the cubicle for like a second, like go like somewhere where she can't hear us.
Okay.
I'm like, David, do you know where we are right now? He's like, not really. I'm like, so I explained to him what it was.
Yeah.
And he was like, so I was like, don't freak, like, just relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
I was like, look, we just want to just say we gotta go. We're like, yeah. We'll hit you up online and just.
Right.
So we walk over at them like everything's fine.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, do you like want to buy the book and like get membership?
Yeah.
Sign up for the book club and all that.
Right.
And I was like, we'll think about it. We'll come back, and we'll come back after lunch. We'll discuss it. And like once we walked out of there, we were just
you're gone.
We went down the hill.
Okay, so when they were giving you this test
Mm-hmm.
to sign up for the book club, whatever it was, did you include a lot of personal information?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because ever since then,
yeah,
I've had my phone's been blowing up from spam.
Okay.
I had to get rid of 2 of my emails.
Wow.
Because I put in 1 email, but for some reason, like that one was getting like a whole bunch of spam or whatever.
Yeah.
But for some reason, my other email at the time also got that same.
Wow.
Even though I did not put that on the little questionnaire they gave us.
So maybe the book club people are still watching you, man. You ever think about that?
I know they are. I know for a fact they are. I'm in the process of changing my phone number.
Your identity.
Yeah, I'm switching my name back to my government name. And they have my old address, which is fine, I guess. I don't live there anymore.
Like Memphis?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they still have my grandma's number. My grandma's like address though.
Ooh.
I don't think they do. I don't know.
Right, don't tell them that though.
Oh, I'm sure if they got my email, they know.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, now I have like 6 different emails I use.
Wow.
Just because of that. And
wow.
like,
thanks, Barnes and Noble.
but no, it's been crazy. Like ironically, whenever I would like apply for like a job with those 2 emails, I would get instantly denied.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but the moment I made a new email, and then everything was fine.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Maybe I should change my email. Okay, all right.
Well, so yeah, what was your experience with this particular Barnes and Noble?
Okay, so this is a different Barnes and Noble.
Oh.
This is a Barnes and Noble that I think in the last 2 years got shut down.
Oh.
Because apparently weird stuff was happening in this Barnes and Noble,
which
makes this story even weirder. But I don't want to get into all that. But
I mean, unless you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just explain the story.
Okay, go ahead.
So I forget exactly where in Chicago this was, but my friend had an apartment back when I was still going to community college, and I wasn't too familiar with the city at the time, so I was just GPSing it. I don't know exactly where it was in the city, but so one day I'm hanging out at my friend's apartment, and I bring another one of my friends with me, and I don't know, man. I think we were just trying to be reckless. We were just some dumb kids. We're walking around outside, just exploring and stuff at nighttime. Yeah. Then we run into a Barnes & Noble, and my friend, who happens to be one of those friends that is just always trying to get into something reckless or something crazy just to be that guy, you know?
Yeah.
He's with me, and he's like, hey, let's go inside this Barnes & Noble. And I'm like, why? They're not even asking us to go. Like, I'm not walking inside there, you know? This place is terrifying. Books are scary. but yeah, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. And he's like, I'm going in, come on, just come with me. He's trying to convince me, whatever. I'm like, nah. Then he's like, I'll give you $5. And I'm like, all right, yeah, say no more.
Oh,
like,
so you just buy your friendship.
Yeah, pretty
just
much.
Like
I was like, $5, I could use $5. You know, like that's at least lunch for today, whatever.
You could buy a book at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, exactly. A different Barnes & Noble. But yeah, so I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. So I don't know why I was convinced this easily, but I walk in with him. I'm thinking it can't be that bad, you know? Like, they have their own building. I haven't heard the stories about this place yet. I just have a vague idea of what Barnes & Noble is. So I'm like, okay, cool. We walk inside, and this place, it didn't exactly look like a library. To me, it looked like a dentist office or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. So it looked like an office. We walk in, there's like the receptionist desk. There's a waiting room also, and then there's like kind of some cubicles on the side, but then there's like other rooms and like a little testing room. But it definitely gave me dentist office vibes. And we walked in, and then they're talking about this, or we walk into the front desk, and then my friend is just asking about, yeah, like we're just walking in because we're interested in Barnes & Noble's book club, and I don't know why he's saying all this, but the dude's like, yeah, did you guys want to take this free personality test? And he's like, yeah, we want to take this personality test. And I'm like, I don't know. My friend's out. Because, keep in mind, I forgot to say this. There's the third friend. I'm just going to say their names. Jake is the owner of this apartment. And he's the one who walked me and my friend Eunice to the Barnes & Noble. And he's like, I'm definitely not going inside. He knows what time it is. He knows what's up. He's like, nah, I'm waiting out here. You guys could do whatever. I'm going to wait out here.
So it's just the two of you in there?
Yeah, so it's just me and Eunice are inside, right? So when they start talking about this personality test, I'm like, how long is it going to be? Because my friend Jake's outside. You know, I don't want to, like, leave him out there in the cold, whatever. And then the person's like, oh, it's no longer than, like, 5 minutes.
Right.
It literally said, like, 5 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, 5 minutes, not that bad. All right, whatever. So he's like, yeah, I'll just take you guys over to the room, whatever. So then I shoot. And I know a little bit about Barnes & Noble. I know why Jake didn't want to come inside. So I text him, and I'm like, yo, if we're not outside in, like, at least 10 minutes, like, call the police or something, you know?
Right.
And then he's like, okay. So we're taking this personality test. So me and my friend Eunice are, like, a couple spots over from each other. But we're still in the same room, and then the people leave. So we're taking this personality test. And of course, same thing as you. They bring out this ACT, SAT, whatever. It's like this huge packet. I think there was a bubble sheet too, right? Was it like that for you? Yeah. So there was a bubble sheet and everything. So I'm looking at it. There's like 100 questions, and I'm like, hell no, this is not about to be 5 minutes, you know? So I take like the first 5 questions serious, and there's like 100 plus questions, right?
Yeah.
So after like 5, I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm just circling random stuff, right? Just flying through it because I'm like, I'm not doing this right now. And I'm already paranoid. I'm like spooked because I already know about Barnes & Noble. And I remember while we're in that room, Eunice looks at me, and he's taking the test too, and he's like, yo, whatever you do, just make sure they don't separate us, right? Like, we can't leave the same room. We have to be together at all times. And whatever you do, don't drink any water they give you. Don't take any snacks they give you, anything like that. And I'm like, whoa, this is a lot scarier than I thought, you know? But I'm like, yeah, that's good precaution, all right?
Shit,
Yeah.
now you're making me think, well, did I drink that water? I don't remember.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is serious. All right, cool. So we both finished the quiz or the test, whatever, and we both just wrote random answers, you know, circle random stuff.
Right.
We bring it to the front desk, and then they're like, okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you in this waiting room. And they pop in a DVD about the book club. And it's like super vague. It doesn't really get into what the book club's about, but it's like, this book club will save your life. You know, like vague stuff like that to try to convince you to get into it. So we sit down there, and I remember I'm looking at Eunice, and I'm like, okay, we can't separate from each other, and don't drink any water, don't do none of that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah. And then we sit down, and then the lady comes in, and she's like, Eunice, he literally asks, he's like, I'm so thirsty, do you have any water or anything like that? And she brings out water, and he drinks it. And I'm like, yo, you gave me this, like, what? What are you doing? Right, so I'm mad at this dude. I'm like, you're already messing up the plan here.
Right.
And then she goes, okay, your personality tests are finished. Who wants to go first? And he goes, I do. And he leaves the room without me. So I'm like...
He's just breaking all the rules.
He broke all his own rules. He's just way too excited, trying to be reckless, whatever. And I'm terrified. I'm like, oh gosh, this is not, you know, this is not going according to plan. They separated us already, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so... he follows her outside of the room, but I can't see anything outside of the room.
Right.
Because, you know, doors closed and everything. And she said, just wait here, keep watching the DVD, I'll be back for you. So this is like 10, 15 minutes of me just like paranoid, out of my mind, sitting on the couch, and I feel like I'm being watched the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I am exactly.
Well, was there anything in the room?
There was nothing in the room except a couch. There was like a bunch of like plants and stuff like that, and then like a big TV where this documentary is going, like playing.
It was just like that was it?
Yeah, that was it in that room. It was probably like the size of this room right here, but there were a bunch of cubicles out, like right outside of there, and like I don't know what else they're doing as Barnes and Noble employees, so like they're probably listening to me. I don't know. That's what's going on in my head.
Just the plants are for.
Yeah, exactly. There's probably mics in there and everything, cameras. But anyway, so they finish up. The lady comes back. She comes for me, and then Eunice comes out. He's smiling. He's happy as hell. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that's about, but all right, my turn. Right. So she brings me into another room, which is kind of like what you described. It's a cubicle, but it's like a closed-off room. So she opens the door and lets me in, and my first thought is like, she better not close that door behind her, you know? Like, she has no reason to close this door. And she closes the door, of course. And I'm terrified. I'm like, I don't know if I got to fight, but like my hands are clenched. Like, I'm ready to go, you know? And then she sits me down. She's like, hey, your results came in, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hey, you're clinically depressed, obviously, right?
Right.
So I'm like, no, I'm good. I think I'm good. Like, I tell her that.
Yeah.
And she was like kind of upset. She didn't like me saying that. She's
like, you took this 120 questionnaire, and it said, and the information says you are clinically depressed.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I took. She was like, did you take it seriously? I'm like, yeah, I took it seriously. I don't think I'm depressed. I actually feel like I'm doing better now than ever. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to like be like, you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want her to try to get me further into this or think she can sway me. So that happens. And then I don't know if you had questions about this on your questionnaire, but they talked a lot about like clicks, hearing clicks in your ear or something like that. They had that for you? That was really strange to me because there was a lot of questions about that, about hearing clicks in your ear or something like that.
I had like 2 or 3.
Yeah. And then she said, that was one of the things she said. She said, you always hear these clicks in your ear. And I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, what clicks? You know? And, like, that's so weird that it would be all over this questionnaire, and I guess people hear clicks. I don't know. But,
did she explain what that meant?
No. She didn't explain it, which, like, still haunts me to this day, because I'm like, am I hearing clicks? I don't know. But, yeah, it was super weird to me. But anyway, she's saying, yeah, you hear these clicks all the time. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, no, trust me, you do. And then she's like, they might not say it to you, but all your friends around you actually don't enjoy your presence. And I'm like, nah, yo, my friends love me. Like, what? And then she's like, and you're doing horrible in school this semester, something like that. And I'm like, yo, this is literally the best I've ever done, like academically, you know? And I wasn't even lying. And then she was like, okay, well, I guess you're Mr. Perfect then, or something like that. She was clearly showing attitude. She was like, yeah, so you don't think you have anything wrong, but trust me, all of us do. You're clinically depressed, blah, blah, blah. She's like, but I can fix this. And then she pulls the magical book out. And she tells me more information about this book club because I'm like, yeah, I'll look it up online. I really need to leave. Jake's outside waiting for me.
Right.
At this point, I already texted Jake to leave because I was like, this is going to take way longer because I think I texted him while I was in the waiting room. But yeah, so he's out of there. And then I go back to the room with Eunice. He's smiling, talking to the other employees, the Barnes & Noble employees and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, oh, and also, I don't know if she gave this to you, but she gave me a whole printout with like graphs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was the graphs of like exactly where my personality lays in this chart, whatever, and like my whole analysis. So
she said mine was like through the roof or
Yeah.
wherever the hell.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what that meant, but I was like.
So the funny part was they didn't even bother to like change the results. Because me and Eunice put ours next to each other, and it was the exact same thing. Like, the exact same graph, exact same scores, like everything, you know?
Yeah, they changed ours just about like a little bit.
Yeah.
About like 20 points.
Crazy. So we find our way out of this place. We leave. I don't remember exactly what happened because this was also like a few years back.
Right.
But we walk outside, and we're talking about what happened. And Eunice is like, yo, that was so funny, ha, 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 whatever. And he's like, yo, when I was in there, he was telling me about when he was in there. And I guess he was just being reckless. He thought this was so fun or funny or whatever. And she apparently told him the same thing, like, you're depressed. And he thought it would be funny to go with it. So he was like, how did you know, you know, and like stuff like that. And she's like, I guess he's just like feeding her into it, whatever. And then halfway in, when she feels like she got him, he said, yeah, I'm going to be honest, like, I just circled random answers on this entire test. Like, he told her straight up. And then she was like, she literally told him it's okay because the way that the test is designed, it'll still be accurate, the results.
That's a bullshit.
What does that mean, yo? Like, I don't understand how that could ever be the case, but...
She up here playing, like, 3D chess or some shit.
Yo, really, though. Really, though. Like, she found some crazy new technology, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, she told him because of how it's coded, or I don't know what it was, she said it's still going to be accurate. So he's like, what? That's crazy. Okay. And then, yeah, he just feeds into it. That's why she was like, she thought she got him, pretty much. Mm-hmm. She must have thought he was stupid. I don't know. But
these employees must have, like, super duper training.
Yeah.
For situations like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. But I knew beforehand what Barnes & Noble was, so I didn't give out any, like, super detailed information. Mm-hmm. I probably put my phone number, like, 1 off or 2 off or something like that, and email, all that stuff. So I don't think I got spammed afterwards.
Yeah, I've had 2 phones since then.
2 numbers?
Just 2 phones.
Yeah.
And I've blocked, like, close to 500 numbers since then.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
So, but luckily you got out of there.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God, man. Yeah. Sorry, Barnes & Noble, but that's not the move. I feel bad for regular Barnes & Noble.
We're just shitting on them the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, man.
People who listen closely to like our conversation, they'll know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
No, so just for a disclaimer, we're not talking about actual Barnes & Noble.
Right.
They might do this, they might not. I'm not. I'm not sure. I don't go there all that often. I go there, pick up my textbooks, I leave.
Yep, exactly.
But
yeah, shout out to the real Barnes & Noble.
But the reason, like I told you before, they were in the news this week.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a bad thing per se.
Okay.
I don't know how to really frame this, but that was at the store yesterday, right?
Right.
And I was like going to the checkout line. So you know how they have all these what's it called? like these publicity, like magazines and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I see like their boy, you know, like their mascot.
Their guy. Okay.
I saw their guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, I wonder what he's up to. And then I see like, you know, Barnes and Noble buys like this huge amount of property in Florida. I was gonna say it's called Clearwater, Florida, something like that. It's like it's pretty much they bought like the whole, like almost the whole waterfront of like downtown Clearwater.
What are they up to? Okay.
So now they have like over 100 acres of just like property, just in this one section.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like if you just walk blocks in any direction, they own that property.
Yeah.
And they apparently buy it all in cash.
Whoa! Why would you need a library that big? That's crazy.
No, they're trying to catch up with Amazon. Obviously.
Oh.
Obviously. You need right. Or IKEA. You just need like one big store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is actually terrifying though. But keep going. Is that it?
That's all I saw.
Okay.
But I want to like get too into it because.
Yeah. No, I get it. I got you. Man, that's
and they
wild.
were at when I was like researching this a minute ago. They came up in Chicago too.
Wow.
So I don't know what they were doing in Chicago, but
yeah, I heard they opened up a really big library downtown. That's why they shut the last one down.
Oh.
Yeah, they were telling us about that, how they already bought the property and everything.
Right.
And they showed us like mock-up pictures. It looked like a Photoshop mock-up, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it was it was like this huge looking building downtown, and it looked terrifying because it just looked like, I don't know, man. It looked like something out of like a Batman movie or something.
Like not the Joker. He's not that bad. Like the Penguin's like tower or whatever.
Yeah. I'm just gonna lie. Like I've seen the Batman movies, but yeah. That's crazy though. The Florida thing.
Yeah.
Because that already sounds like an anime plot. You know, like when like the
main villain just like takes over like a section of the city.
Yeah, you know, like in Full Metal Alchemist.
Right.
Like when they're like doing the giant transmutation circle, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're planning out there.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
I believe it for sure. Maybe that's why they have the big Chicago one. They're like linked somehow, you know?
Like Sauron's Tower is like, you have like one in every like key location around the country.
God. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it too much.
Barnes and Noble's going to take over America, make it great again.
Oh, God.
Everybody's going to learn how to read.
Oh, man. Everybody's learning how to read. Jeez.
It's just like, I'm sick and tired of all these people who can't spell fucking chicken. There's it's there, and there.
Yep.
Y'all gonna know the difference between these three things.
Jeez, man.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of anime, who would you say is your favorite anime villain?
Favorite anime villain.
And why? Because I know you've been getting back. You've been getting back into it.
I've been getting back into it super heavy. But favorite villain, I feel like the coolest ones are the ones that end up not really being that bad of a guy.
Yeah.
You know, like the Scar of Full Metal Alchemist. It's like you think he's a bad guy, but then it's like, okay, like you see
his point of view.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Damn, man, I might have to go with Scar. Scar was really cool, man.
Right.
He was, I don't know. It's something about like those anime villains that literally have that scar. Like they all have a scar.
Yeah.
And like white hair or something like that. Red
like dark
eyes,
skin,
like,
white hair.
Yeah, exactly. They're like the coolest ones. So I'm gonna go with Scar for now. That might change like further down the podcast. We'll see.
Yeah. You have like a favorite show right now besides Full Metal Alchemist? Well, Brotherhood. We just specified Brotherhood.
Yeah, Brotherhood, of course. Favorite anime? Have you seen Samurai Champloo?
Of course.
Amazing. That's my all-time favorite right there.
Right.
Yeah. It was just, I think it was the colors and like the music that really did it.
Right.
And then the fight scenes obviously were sick, but
they
it was
were
just
crazy.
Like, yeah, it was just so unique, you know? And then it was, I don't know. I love Samurai Champloo. I think that's my all-time favorite right there.
Yeah, I'm going back and rewatching Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
Because I'm writing this story now, and I'm like, everybody keeps talking about this. I haven't watched it like since it first aired, like back in 2000, whatever.
Like when it was on Adult Swim, or no, like
Toonami, maybe.
Toonami, yeah.
It might have been Toonami. I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched it.
Yeah.
But it's on Hulu now. Not sponsored. But I was like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and just like rewatch it because like it's the all-time greatest. Like he had Spike.
Yep.
You got Valentine's her name.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
But it's like you got, and then the show. They have a show coming out, a live action show for the Cowboy Bebop.
It's a show?
Yeah, they have a show on Netflix.
Somebody crazy is playing Spike, right?
Yeah, I can't remember, like, I don't know like too much of the details because I just wanted to like save it.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to like spoil anything.
Right. Okay.
But they just had to delay it because he had like an injury on set.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think he'll make like a full recovery, but it's like a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was a live action movie, but
No, I heard it's gonna be like a TV show.
okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about live action anime?
There are some good ones.
Okay.
I will say that.
Okay.
But the one that burns me the most, right, like at the top of my head, was Death Note.
I was right about to bring that up. I haven't seen it, but why do you say that though?
Oh my god! So you've seen the original Death Note, right?
Yeah, of course. Amazing.
Yeah, and you know like how they like portray like Light as like this methodical, like manipulative, but he's like very like poised and very polite to everybody.
Yeah.
He seems very innocent.
Yeah.
In the show, I don't care. I don't know if you care about spoilers or not.
Oh, I don't. But spoiler alert for listeners and stuff.
Yeah, like it's been out 3 years. If you haven't seen it already,
that's your fault.
So like the whole point, like the setting, I want to say is like it's set in Seattle, Washington.
Okay. Wait, you're talking about the live action?
Yeah.
It's a show?
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like a live action like TV show, like a live action movie set in Washington State, Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, Seattle. And I'm
It's already a red flag right there.
Why you say that?
Because it's supposed to be in Japan, right?
Yeah, Japan gets brought up, but it's not like in the sense that you would think.
Yeah. Because, I mean, in the show, there's parts where, like, the U.S. government has a lot to do with it, which is why it's weird that it takes place in the U.S. But
yeah, I'm like looking up details about the movie just so I get everybody's names right.
Yeah, okay. Do what you got to do.
So pretty much you got Light as this twink.
Okay.
He's a high schooler, just like in the original show. He was like in high school going to college.
Yeah.
But like the first few minutes of the show, the movie, he's like doing some guy's homework.
Okay.
Like he's like people pay him like do their homework.
Okay. So he's like that type of nerd.
Yeah,
okay.
But he's like automatically just like this jock just like starts giving him shit.
Like he's getting bullied?
Yeah, okay. He's getting bullied like almost immediately.
Okay.
And then he gets in trouble because one of the teachers catches him with all the copied homework. So he's like, you can't be doing this, blah 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 blah.
This is already a weird start.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like his dad is like a police officer, like police chief or whatever.
Okay. Chief Yagami.
Yeah, but it's like his mom's not even there, which I kind of understand. She wasn't like really related to the plot, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
And but you meet Ryuk.
Okay.
Like played by William Dafoe, which is the only saving grace for this whole movie. He was great.
That's nuts because he looks like Ryuk.
Yeah.
But okay, all right, keep going. My bad.
But like when he like meets Ryuk and like finds the Death Note and like meets Ryuk for the first time, he's like in this closet kind of like as big as this. It's like a science closet with like all the beakers and shit in it.
Yeah.
And it's like this super dark room. It's supposed to be like this scary, intense moment.
Okay.
No, and then like he's walking, and so like Light's walking around. And then Ryuk shows up. Light screams like the biggest bitch,
which doesn't happen in the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just portray him like this angsty ass like asshole throughout the. I mean, Light is an asshole, but he's like.
But he's like a badass one. Though.
Yeah, he's like
supposed to be.
Yeah, but in the movie he's just like this. He's almost like an incel almost.
Okay.
And then for L, do you know who they had?
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which, I mean, they could... Personally, I like Lakeith.
Yeah. I think he's awesome.
Right.
Did he play a good L?
In terms of the script they gave him, he was all right, but the script was shit.
Okay.
He was like... He looked like or just like the way they like portrayed L. They try to like be too literal.
Yeah.
Like how he was portrayed in the anime.
Okay.
So he was like eating candy. He had like his little hoodie on.
Yeah.
He looked like what people like what boomers neck gamers are.
Okay. He's all hunched over.
He's like hunched over, like typing on his keyboard, just sipping on, just like.
Right.
I'm just like.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So and like halfway through the movie, he figures out that Light is Kira.
Right.
And another funny thing about that whole like the Kira thing is like the only way. Well, the reason they call him Kira, you know, he's not Japanese. Is like he looks in like the Japanese dictionary. It's like, oh, this is the name of like the word killer, but it also means the same thing in German, or like angel or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like a roundabout bullshit excuse.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, cool,
All right.
it's fine. But what killed it for me was just like, what was his girlfriend's name?
Misa.
Yeah. She was just like this angst. She was like another angsty like cheerleader.
Okay.
And she's killed off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like early on?
No, like towards the end.
Okay.
Because she gets jealous that Light's not using the book more often. Eventually he gets to the point where he's like, you know what? Yeah. Eventually he gets to the point where he's like, I don't want to like really use this anymore because like his dad's getting involved and he doesn't want to hurt his dad.
Oh my god.
Because like the whole police force is like they're starting the task force to find Kira.
Yeah.
And then when they bring in Elle and all that, he's like, it's starting to get a little too personal.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want to like stop. She's like egging him on, like, don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it, bitch. Do it. I'm just like.
That's funny because in the anime it's like the exact opposite.
Right.
Yeah. He almost pulled it out on his dad. Like,
yeah.
A few times. That's crazy. Wow.
And then like Elle shows up to his house with his dad.
Wait, Elle shows up
to Light's dad, like his Light's house.
With Light's dad?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
like I mean like Light and like his dad living together.
Yeah.
But it's like they're having dinner together and it's kind of like a weird like relationship because they don't really like talk to each other all that much.
Okay.
But then Elle shows up and she's like, hey, he's being vague about who he thinks. He's talking about the investigation.
Right.
But he's pretty much saying by not saying that, I know you're Kira, but I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. And at this point in the movie, is Light in on the investigation trying to find Kira?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't think he even gets involved with that.
Okay. Wow.
Because he's too busy trying to cover his ass about it.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, no, it's not him.
Yeah.
And then he starts putting together all these pieces, like, because like there's one of the first times he uses the book. It was like there's like this standoff and like in this like he's watching the news.
Okay.
It was like this police standoff at like this gas station or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's just like writing the guy's name because
Yeah.
the guy's name was like on TV.
Okay.
He just writes his name in it. The guy dies on TV.
Yeah.
And so eventually he's like, this is like. He's trying to figure out the rules for the book, and Ryuka's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, Willem Dafoe's doing his thing.
Yeah.
He wasn't used too much, which I kind of liked.
Okay.
Because I want him like really
like ruining his own name.
Yeah.
Getting too involved. Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing his thing. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's like I said, he was really the only saving grace for this movie.
Yeah. Shout out to Green Goblin.
So like they get into it, and then Elle shows up. And he's like looking at like all these different cases that could be related to Kira, and the only what like the defining thing that he used to like find depending on Light, it was like when he used the book for the first time. It was like in Seattle. It was only in that whole situation was only aired in Seattle.
Okay.
And then he just like, okay, so we know he's here.
Yeah.
And then he just starts putting pieces together like it's you.
Okay. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the director watched like the first like 10 episodes and then was like, I could write a movie on this. Like I don't even need to finish it. You know? Yeah.
And then what was it, Watanabe? That was like his his partner or whatever, like Elle's partner. He had like not like a butler. It's just
oh
like,
yeah. He
was
Watari.
in yeah. he was in the movie, but they killed him off.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah. And then what they really fucked up with like L's character.
Yeah.
It's like once they killed him off, then he just snaps.
Who does?
L. He snaps. He's like, I know Light did it. So he like beats the shit out of him.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
And then he goes on like this revenge story rampage. Like it was because like towards the end of the movie they had like a prom dance at the high school.
Oh God. Okay.
And Light and his girlfriend are like, one's like, I don't want to use the book no more. The other one's like, well, I'm gonna take it from you.
Yeah.
So now I have the book.
Yeah.
So you know so that plot point in the anime was like, you don't know who has the book, or you know, it's kind of like back and forth between different characters.
So it turned to a Disney Channel movie.
Almost, but then L shows up and he's like, I'm finna beat the shit out of Light. he got his hoodie on. He got his fucking running shoes on. He just like they have a whole running sequence in downtown. Well, Light's just running and L was just like chasing after him with a gun.
I'm gonna fast forward to this scene.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
Okay.
It's just two skinny guys running from each other.
Okay.
He's just yelling shit like, Light, I'm finna get your punk ass.
That's so much funnier to me because it's Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if you watch Atlanta.
Love Atlanta.
So I'm imagining Darius just running after this dude. Like, okay, all right.
It was just like having watched the anime.
Yeah.
Like I understand if you want to like take civil liberties.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to adapt it to like a more American audience, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just gonna just say, I watched 3-4 episodes, I'll just wing it from here.
Yep.
You're just shitting on the source material. And they had a lot of good actors. Yeah, they had a lot of good actors in this movie.
Yeah.
They just said, nah, here's a shitty script. So they just did the best they could.
They just said, nah. Really?
And then the ending for this movie.
Well, what happens? Go ahead, spoil it.
L, I think, gets arrested. Or
Okay.
he dies. I can't remember. I watched this when it first came out and I was like, I'm never watching this ever again.
Why would L get arrested?
No, because he was attacking Light with a gun and shit.
Oh my. Okay. All right.
Yeah. L got arrested, I think.
Okay.
His girlfriend died because he had like a piece of the death note on him.
Yeah.
And like he planned apparently he like planned everything, like between L finding out about the book.
Yeah.
And girl finding like she's gonna be like, you know what, Uncle Tess, take the book and start killing everybody. Like apparently he planned all this.
Okay.
And they try to like drink some of my pimp juice real quick.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Do what you gotta do.
Let's go cut this part out.
Okay, cool. We should insert like a commercial here.
I should.
We need that Hulu sponsor, man. I need to get on my anime thing.
Get Hulu now for only $7.99 a month. But no. What was I saying? Like, yeah. What's her name? Mika? Something?
Yeah, Misa.
Misa, yeah. I think it's just like Misa in the movie.
Okay.
Or something like that. Michaela.
Yeah.
They whitewashed the shit out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just call her Michaela for the rest of this argument.
Right. Yeah,
She so they're on like this what's it called? Ferris wheel at the pier.
Of course.
He pushes they get pushed out. He pushes her out and she dies.
Whoa, Light pushes.
No.
Michaela.
What happened? I remember this because what happened was they both jump out because like she was gonna burn the book or something.
I thought she wanted to write in it more, right?
I think Light wanted to burn the book and she wanted to keep it.
Okay.
I remember somebody wanted to burn it, another person wanted to keep it.
Okay. Still weird, but okay.
Oh, I remember. So yeah, he was gonna burn the book.
Yeah.
And she was gonna write his name in it to get rid of him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Crazy
he pushes her
turn of
off the Ferris wheel, and she lands into the ocean, and he lands in like on a pile of hay.
Of course.
Yeah. Apparently, this is all he wrote all this on this little tiny piece of paper from the book.
He wrote that he was gonna land in a piece of hay?
Yeah. He like I said, he planned all this out.
Right.
Because he knew she was gonna do this.
Yeah.
But they don't bring it up. But they bring like no hints or like clues of him like trying to be very methodical or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just like here, I'm actually a genius.
Yeah.
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 And his dad finds out that he's Kira at the end of the movie.
Okay.
And then then they hint at like a sequel.
No.
And then at the credits, it's just like bloopers.
Of course.
So all the tension y'all just built up just gets like derailed.
So they Dragon Ball Evolution this movie.
To hell.
Much. Yeah. Have you seen Dragon Ball Evolution?
Unfortunately.
I haven't. Thank God. I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm not doing that. You know.
I remember when I was. I was thinking, when the movie come out? Like
I was definitely in elementary school.
Like elementary school, like close to middle school when this first came out. I was like, what is
maybe
this?
Middle school, yeah. I remember I was mad even then because I grew up on Dragon Ball Z. I was so mad when I saw that. I was like, why is Goku a white dude, first of all? And why is he a high school kid? He was a high school kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fighting bullies at this mansion area.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that movie though. But anyway, I brought up the live action thing.
Right.
Because I want to know what a good anime live action is. Because I've never heard of a good one. I've never seen any of them, I don't think, actually. Mm-hmm. Just because the idea of it was so weird to me. But I mean, I'm open to it if there's a good one. Because I saw the animation. My bad, I keep cutting you off. But the Bleach Netflix one.
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna bring up. The animation looked really cool,
but
I didn't watch it though. I don't know.
I heard it was all right.
Okay.
So I would check it out. I haven't watched it yet, but from what I've heard, that's probably one of the better ones.
Okay.
Again, not sponsored by Hulu, but I'm open to that suggestion.
It's on Hulu?
I don't think so.
Okay. Not unless they sponsor us.
Yeah, we won't put this anime on Hulu unless they sponsor us.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. All right, so what are your top 3 animes?
My top 3 animes.
Yeah, all time.
Oh, that's a hard one. I know of 2.
Okay.
One is the first season of Darker Than Black.
Haven't heard of it.
It's kind of like a low-key anime, but essentially the plot is there's this big event that happened in Japan a couple years ago.
Okay.
And most of the stars in the sky disappeared.
Okay.
But they have but the government made these new synthetic these new stars, but they kind of it has this giant dome over the city.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
So it kind of reflects where the stars used to be.
Isn't this the flat Earth theory, pretty much?
I don't know.
I think it. All right. Anyway.
But yeah, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So it was but because these new stars also pinpoint people with powers.
Okay.
So it's these new people called contractors. That's what the government's calling them.
Okay.
And these contractors is they get these super crazy ass abilities. But the thing is, this is what I really like about the show, is whenever you use your powers, you have to pay a contract. So it's at the very beginning, it's the very first episode, this guy can levitate himself. He was running from the police.
Dope.
Yeah.
He said he's running from the police.
Yeah, he's running from the police, but he's a petty criminal.
Okay.
And so he's running from the police, and he can levitate himself whenever he wants to.
Yeah.
But every time he does that, he has to snap one of his fingers.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's you can use your powers, but you have to
cost you.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I thought was
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you instantly giving your people a weakness.
Yeah.
Or some vulnerability.
Okay. Yeah.
And so each person is linked to one of the stars that the government made up.
Yeah.
So it's whenever the main character is Hey. He's this Chinese guy.
Okay.
And his only reason I remember his number is because the police are kind of looking after looking for him. Mm-hmm. It's kind of not really a Batman Gordon type situation.
Okay.
But it's he's this anti-hero and they're looking for him. He's the famous Batman-esque character.
Yeah.
It's BK-201. That's his designation.
Right.
And his whole thing is he can use electricity. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he can shock people, and he had a different ability too. But
is he controlling other electricity?
No, he can
he's just pulling it out of nowhere type of thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't he can't just shoot it out. He has a metal knife that he can so if you're connected by a metal string or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything that conducts electricity he can like use that.
Nice.
Which is why he has like a knife with like a string on it. That's how he normally kills people.
Yeah.
So when they die, it looks like they had like a seizure or something.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or sometimes he'll just like grab somebody, just like electrocute him like that, and then just kill him.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
You know, this guy's badass.
Yeah.
He has like a bulletproof like cape.
Oh.
And like a mask. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so like the whole anime is about like these different people just pretty much living their lives. And he's in most of the episodes.
Okay.
But a lot of the times it's like you see how other people live as well. And so sometimes he'll be like a background character in these situations.
So he's like the low-key badass guy that like comes back when he needs to be badass. Yeah.
But and also another thing about like how he was written, it was like he he's like the main like badass character.
Yeah.
He's not like this uppity like charismatic guy. He's pretty much like lives by himself.
Yeah.
He has like a split personality. He's like this clumsy, carefree type of guy when he's like around people.
Okay.
But when it comes to like him being like, it's okay, I gotta be serious. Or when he's like by himself, he's like very cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. I gotta check this show out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool.
It's hard to find though.
You gotta like find one of those random streams online to watch it. Okay.
Because like Hulu for some fucking reason.
Come on, Hulu.
Hulu for some fucking reason they have season 2.
Oh, that's the worst.
And season 2 is like derails everything that happened in season 1.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they do that. Like I'm watching Attack on Titan right now.
Yeah. On
Netflix, and I think they only have one season or something like that, and then the other one's on Hulu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
I think it just comes down to like
signing off the rights.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, contracts. Makes sense.
But yeah, if you watch like the first season of Darker Than Black, check it out. It's like if you like the noir type.
Yeah. You said it's called Darkened and Black?
No, Darker Than Black.
Darker Than Black. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. What else? No, Samurai Champloo.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Fire. I don't know about that last one. It's super hard. So many good. I'll just be basic and say, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Fire.
Yeah.
So I do this thing where like, right when I watch an anime, I'll be like, that was my favorite. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know if it is. I didn't let it settle in or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah, because I was saying that with Death Note, but I just saw Death Note pretty recently actually. And then I just finished Brotherhood. That's why I'm saying I love that one. But did you watch Soul Eater?
Oh yeah. I watched like the first season or 2 of it. Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
It was all right. I mean, because like one of my friends back when I used to like binge anime.
Yeah.
I'm just now getting back into it. I just finished watching Demon Slayer.
Oh, I still gotta watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Soul Eater, everybody was telling me not to watch it. They were like, the ending is so stupid. They rushed it. It's nothing like the manga. Like I don't know. Everybody was saying it was bad, but I loved it. I don't know.
It was all right. Like
I think when I just get attached to like characters and anything like that, even like when the plot is like really bad at the end, I'm just like, well, I liked it for what it was, you know? Like,
right.
I don't know.
Did you have like a favorite character in that show?
Probably Death the Kid.
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah, Death the Kid was cool, man. Or Black Star was cool too, though.
Yeah,
it could be Black Star, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Did they like go into his backstory a little more towards the end? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I saw like a.
They did like a movie for that. Something.
They did a movie for it?
I'm asking, did they?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really watch the anime movies like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just too long. But
I'm getting the main like animes I've been watching like recently. Like I said, I just finished first season of Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, as soon as I finish it, Toonami wants to like start airing the dub episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're on like they're on like episode like 4 or 5 right now.
That's crazy because I actually didn't even know Toonami was still a thing.
They came back like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't had cable in like years because everybody just got Netflix and stuff now.
Yeah.
But Yeah, because for this rebrand project, my first thought was Toonami, and then like somebody told me Toonami is still a thing, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, they were gone. They came back and said out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then I looked at it and I was like, and they got pretty strong branding and everything too. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But that's sick though. That's awesome. Yeah, Toonami was sick growing up. That was like the best. Toonami, Adult Swim, you know.
I remember when Naruto first came out on Toonami.
Oh yeah.
That's all we talked about Monday morning.
Facts. Facts. Naruto is the show, man.
And then I'm sure every guy who's like watched Naruto back in the day, they'll bring up the Gaara versus Rocket Lee fight.
Yep, of course.
Watching that for the first time.
Of course, man. Goosebumps, man. You know what's crazy is this was like before I was super into like anime like that. I mean, I definitely watched it a lot, but I wasn't hip to the whole like dub versus sub thing, and
right.
It was just whatever was on Toonami or that type of thing. And I remember I went to my cousin's house, and this is when Naruto like just first came out on Toonami or whatever it was
right.
in the States, and I think in America we were on episode like 30 or something like that of Naruto, and I went to my cousin's house. And this man, and I'm telling him about Naruto, he's like, yeah, I already finished it, or something like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he pulls out, like, the Japanese version, and he shows me the Naruto versus, like, Curse Seal Sasuke, where he has, like, the
wings
and, like, the hair going crazy, like Super Saiyan 3. And I'm like, yo, I'm mind blown as a kid. I'm like, what's going on? Like, we're on episode, we're still in the Chunin exam, you know? Like, this is crazy, yeah. And then ever since then, I was like, yo, I need to get on the internet, you know, like.
I remember all the AMVs on YouTube.
Yep. And
Linkin
then
Park.
Linkin Park, and then like Papa Roach, and they play it on top of like the
3 Days Grace.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, that was a whole lifetime ago.
Dude, that was like a whole era. That was beautiful, those days.
Yeah, you look back at it now, you were just like,
Yeah. No, it was super cringe. But yeah.
Yeah, now I'm watching My Hero Academia.
Okay. I started it, and then like I kind of fell off, and then I was too lazy to go back to find where I left off. Mm-hmm. But I need to do that.
I mean, I like both the sub and the dub, but as of me trying to get into like the voice acting business, I'm watching more of like the dub, not just like because like it's easier for me to understand, but just like trying to see like how people, like how different people like try to enunciate their voices and everything, and like how they adapt to the script, more or less.
Have you heard of that new Netflix anime?
Which one?
I think it's Cannon Busters or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
My friend, actually. He's in that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't doubt it. That's sick. Because I heard it was like all American. It was made in America, right?
So the creator is an American, a black guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he lives in Japan now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find him because he's like off the grid and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The director or your friend?
Oh, no, the guy who made it.
Okay.
Who made the original comic.
Yeah, okay.
He made this.
Oh, it was a comic before it was a show.
Yeah, he made this back in 2005.
Damn, I didn't know that.
And I guess he just grinded it out until Netflix picked it up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And, yeah, one of my friends, he voiced the character.
Who did he voice?
The Prince. I forgot his name.
I didn't get that deep into it. I saw like the first 2-3 episodes.
You give me a second, because no, I'm gonna remember this guy's name. Yeah, I gotta give my friend. I gotta give him a shout.
Oh yeah, give him that shout out, man. Credit.
Have you heard the theme song?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
It's hell.
Super cool. Yeah.
It was like one of the few like animes where I would like listen to like the whole theme song every single time.
Yeah. I thought the whole concept of that was really cool. How they had like, they just had like a very like, you could tell it was like a real anime, but they had all those American aspects to it with like just the music choice and like things like that. But
yeah, he was cool. Zeno Robinson. Shout out to my boy. He's Kelby. He was Prince Kelby.
Shout out to, you said Zendel?
Zeno.
Yeah. Shout out Zeno, man. That's sick.
Yeah, he was actually in Chicago yesterday.
Oh really?
But him and another one of my favorite voice actors, Zara. They're at a con right now. In Michigan.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what type? What is it?
It's like a con, like a anime con or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Sick.
Yeah. So.
You ever been to one of those?
I went to one a long time ago.
Okay.
And my former school, Rochester Institute of Technology, they have like a tour con, so it's like they have their own like con that people go to.
Yeah.
And we used to want to say that. I don't mean like just like 2-3 people show up.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean hundreds of people show up from like across the country.
Yeah.
And it was like my first exposure to like a real con, and I was just like, this is shit crazy.
Yeah. How did you like it?
Personally, it was all right. It was kind of, for me, it was kind of cringy at first because this was back when Attack on Titan was like everywhere.
Yeah.
So people were dressed up like Levi.
Okay.
I saw like they had like the whole little. They had like an army of Levi's that was like gathered at like the courtyard.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw I saw like a bootleg like Sonic the Hedgehog. But it was done on purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw Baymax, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I love that movie, man. Baymax is sick.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
I think like as my first time, like being exposed to that, I was like, it was kind of mixed feelings, but like after my second one, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So I've never been to like an anime con, anime expo, whatever. But I've been to there's like a video game one, Combo Breaker. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been there?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to though.
I went to one. So my brother, he's huge into like fighting games. He's like super into Street Fighter.
Does he go to Evo at all?
Nah. I don't think so. Nah, I mean, I know he doesn't. But he went to Combo Breaker. I never heard of it. I guess he follows like all the
main streamers and stuff.
Yeah, all the streamers, I'm not hip to the lingo and stuff, but you know, all the guys that are in that realm. And I remember he was like, "Yo, let's go to this Combo Breaker thing. It's just gonna be a bunch of video games. It's like this big building. It's gonna be sick." And I'm like, "Cool, yeah, it sounds awesome. You know, I like video games, even though I'm not like, you know, that deep into it."
You're right.
Yeah, I'm like, I play Super Smash Bros. But so I come with him, and I'm mind blown because it's like my first time going to one of these things. I thought it was super cringe at first. I'm like, yo, what's going on? There's like people in banana costumes for no reason.
Right.
Like it's just a lot of like weird stuff going on. But then like after a while, I'm like, this is kind of cool that like this seems like such a judgment-free zone here. You know, like everybody's just cool with whatever's going on. And
yeah,
it's like,
just there to have fun.
Yeah, and everybody's having fun, you know? So it was cool. And then we were there watching games and stuff like that. And I remember like, so I don't know. Okay, when you were in LA, did you see any celebrities at all?
I might have seen like a few people from like, not Friends.
How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
So how starstruck do you get when you see like celebrities and stuff?
Not all that much. It's like unless it's like somebody that I know personally, like somebody that like I
You're
really
like a fan of, yeah.
But even then, I wouldn't be like so like starstruck. I'd be more like, oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
So like my whole thing, whenever I see a celebrity, I don't know why, but I feel like I've just seen a pretty decent amount of like people that I'm a fan of. But for me, I just get like really nervous. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Like I'm quiet, whatever. Or like sometimes it'll just be like, whatever. But I remember I knew what the feeling was, but it wasn't gonna happen to me at this place if I saw some like streamer, because I don't know anything about that stuff.
Right.
But I'm with my brother, and he's like 3 years older than me, right? I'm like 20, 21 at the time. His ass is like 24. And I remember some dude who looks like some random dude at College DuPage just walks in, right? Walks in the room, and he's like, yo, don't say anything, but like that's so-and-so Alpha Wolf. I don't know what his name was, you know, but it was he said some username. No, I just made that up. Is Alpha Wolf one of them?
Probably.
Okay, I don't doubt it. But yeah, there's just a bunch of them. And then, yeah, there's like K-Brad, I think is one of them, you know who that is? K-Brad. I'm
not really big on like the fighting community.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's huge.
Yeah.
So I don't really know everybody.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, there's just a handful of them, and he's so scared to talk to him. And I remember I just like walked up to him. I'm like, yo, my brother's too scared to like ask for a picture. Like, can you know? And I was like embarrassing him the whole time, but it was really funny. But it was cool. But yeah, Combo Breaker was super fun. I definitely went the year after too. And yeah, I'm definitely into the con thing. I haven't been to a lot of them, but
Hey, I'm thinking about going to C2E2 next year.
What's that?
It's like the big Star Wars one.
Okay.
Yeah, cause like last semester actually, they had like the cast of like the Star Wars movies here, and they show like stuff for the new game coming out next week actually. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like a whole bunch of stuff they announced there. So.
That's dope.
And yeah, one of my friends, he went there last year in his Sith costume, which I thought it was well made.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like get more into like the bigger cons, so like I understand like the whole like environment and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like I said, the one like the two I went to, one was all right, and the other one was like a little more like official.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just depends on where you go.
Yeah. No, it's definitely super cool to me how like you see like these whole cultures that exist like online or just like in areas you don't see in real life, you know, day to day.
Just like Barnes and Noble.
Just like Barnes and Noble, you know. There's just so many of it, and it's cool because like everybody has their own little cultures because of the internet, man. It's the future.
Well, since we're like talking about like stuff that makes you comfortable and stuff like that, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's the most uncomfortable situation you've ever been in?
Okay. I actually prepared for this. I know what my answer is.
Okay.
So, this is completely unrelated to anything we talked about, but okay. So I worked a few jobs in my life. One of them was at PacSun. You know the clothing store PacSun?
I can see you working there.
Yeah. Okay. So I worked there in high school, and so they were really like weird about how they really wanted you on these customers. Like as soon as they walk in, you got to be like, "Hey, how's your day? What's your plans for the weekend? Oh, you might need shorts for that occasion." You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff.
Just be all up in their personal business.
All in their personal business. When they're clearly not interested, you still have to like be on them, you know? Like you can't be in the store and not talking to them if they're in the store, you know? Or else I might get written up or fired or something like that.
So weird.
Super weird. And the other thing that was really weird that we had to do was whenever there was a customer in the fitting room, we had to go and knock on the door while they're changing, and they might be like half naked, you know, and then I have to be like, "Hey, my name's Naveen. I know you don't know who I am, but like I work here, and if you need something else in a different size, I could go and get it for you while you stay here."
So that could be considered like harassment in some
It
ways.
really could. It would make me really uncomfortable if I was in the fitting room. And I've tried to explain this to my manager, but, you know, they don't get it.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Anyway, I'm, like, not doing all that stuff a lot of the time. And so, okay, the other thing about our specific location for PacSun, it was at this super dead mall in the suburbs where I was living at in Addison. Actually, I think it was in Glendale Heights or something, but it was super dead. Nobody ever walked into our store like that. We might get like a few people on a weekday, you know? And so I'm in the store, and my manager went to the back to go to go eat or do whatever managers do in the back.
Right.
So I'm in the store by myself. Nobody's in there. Nobody's even in the mall, you know? Like I'm just walking around by myself folding T-shirts, whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me go clean out the fitting rooms. All the fitting rooms are like, you know, like there's like clothes in a few of them. So I'm like, I'm going to go grab some and then put it away. So I'm trying to be productive. And I walk into one of the fitting rooms. I'm knowing completely that nobody's in this store. And I open it, and this girl is like half naked changing. And I'm like, oh shit, like, yo, I'm fired, like, you know? And then she's just like, she doesn't scream, but she was like, I'm in here, or something like that. I don't know what she said.
She's like,
but
I'm in here?
all I know is that, like, my heart dropped. She just shut the door, and I'm like, damn, that was really bad. And I'm like,
she like was you not like hear her or anything?
I didn't hear her. I didn't see her. Like I didn't see her walk into the store. I didn't see any of that. You know, which is why I was super confused. And yeah, I'm like, damn, that was really bad. So I mean, like now I knock on every door, like even in my own house, because I'm that scarred by that situation. But my manager somehow didn't find out. The girl didn't snitch on me. My manager didn't hear, and it turns out this girl was shoplifting.
Oh, so that's why.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why she was so quiet, I guess. But she was shoplifting, and so I was off the hook, like, you know, I guess.
So in a way you were preventing a crime.
Exactly. Hey, I like the way you looked at that one.
Hey, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Yeah. But that was like one of the most uncomfortable like situations of my life. Like when that happened, I was like, yeah, that's bad.
I kind of have a similar story, but it has a lot more layers to it than that.
Okay, let's hear yours.
You're gonna laugh at this story.
Okay.
But
good.
It's so fucking stupid. Okay.
All right.
So, long time ago, back when I was just a freshman in college, right? Okay. You know, it was my first year in college. I'm a freshman. I don't know anybody up here because I've driven like 780 miles away from home. So I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, you know, this is probably a good time for me to like reevaluate myself. You know, try to be a better person. Try to be more like open with people and shit like that.
Right.
So my dorm, we had like our whole floor was pretty more or less cool with each other.
Okay.
You know, the first few days I knew everybody's name.
Yeah.
We had doors open. We just hung out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So and like halfway through, like not even halfway through the semester. There was these girls that lived like down the hall from me.
Okay.
And I kind of like hung out. I kind of like talked to them, hung out with them like here and there.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, you mind going to this party with us? You know, because it's because one of their friends had invited them.
Okay.
But they had another guy going with them for like protection because it was like this house party or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had never been there before, so they wanted like a guy to go there with them.
Yeah. You need that.
Yeah. I'm like, why you with my skinny ass? Oh, I was like, what? I was like, okay.
Oh, they wanted you to be that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the other guy, because the other guy, he had to go home.
Okay.
For the weekend or whatever.
Oh, so you're like the substitute.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not even the first choice.
Yeah.
But again, why they chose my skinny ass, I'll never know. I'll never know. But I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? Because this is my first college party.
Okay.
My first like really like legit
real,
party.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there in my dorm like what do I wear?
Yeah.
You know,
it's intimidating.
Shit yeah. And like I wasn't short, but it's like because the party was like with like one of the teams on campus, like one of the sports teams.
Okay.
So I'm expecting like these huge ass like
jocks and like how it looks in the movies.
Yeah.
These parties to be. Yeah.
And to be fair, there were like say 3.
Okay.
At the most. Most of them were just like these tall, lanky guys.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to like be very casual about it, and we walked over there because their house was like on the other side of campus.
Okay.
Because it's like you have dorms on this side, apartments like towards the back, and then the other side of campus is like these other apartments, and they have like the more refined dorms, apartments in this little shopping center. To be fair, it looked pretty nice.
Yeah.
So we walk over there. We get there around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And, we're just all we get to this. We went to like one of the apartments over there.
Yeah.
And it's packed. The whole it's like a 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
But the whole living room is packed.
So this is what you imagine a college party looks like.
A little bit, because like they say it's like this address. I'm thinking it's gonna be like a big ass house party, like in the movies or whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was kind of like in Superbad.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't like that intimidating.
Yeah.
But it was still like a lot of people.
Okay.
And it was like these, and like when we get there, it's like these two people just like making out like on the bench outside.
Yeah.
Hella
so
drunk.
Exactly what you imagine.
Like yes and no at the same time.
Okay.
But so it's me and these 3 girls.
Yeah.
We get there, and immediately, it's like guys everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a sausage party.
So you're already the cool guy because you brought 3 girls with you.
I apparently so, because they were cool with me showing up.
Yeah.
They're like, hey man, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, hey dude, like
because we want these girls pretty much.
It was like say I don't know, like 5, 6 girls there and like 20, 30 guys.
Okay, that sounds like most college parties, like what they actually end up being. But yeah. So
like I'm showing up with these three girls.
Okay.
And like they go off and like hang out over there. I'm with the guys, and like there was like another girl over there.
Yeah.
But she was like like she was like dating one of the guys that were over there, so that's why they were kind of hanging out.
Right.
So this goes on. We just talking. I'm low key stressing the fuck out.
Why?
Cause again, my first party, and like all these guys like all huddled. They are like right next to each other. They're like it's like no personal space.
And you're like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Here?
And again, I'm like skinny as hell.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you have a nice voice, dude." I was like, "Yeah." And so they're talking about
a nice voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of them, like half of them were drunk, but they were still just like, just doing guy stuff, just like talking about what they do and shit.
Right.
They got into like a whole like discussion on cars and shit, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I drive this. This. Just trying to ease my way into these conversations."
Right.
And halfway through the night, I see this like. By this point, it's like people are like moving around everywhere.
Okay.
And like throughout the room.
Yeah.
So people are like more mingling around, like drinking and just like hanging out.
Right.
I see this girl like across the room from me.
Okay.
She's sitting with like some of the girls I came with.
Yeah.
And she's like dead ass just looking at me.
She's like staring at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like one of those like two black guys there.
Yeah.
So I was like, huh. I'm thinking she's like looking at the other guy next to me.
Right.
And I was just like, okay, whatever. 5 minutes later, I'm looking around, and we catch eyes again.
Okay.
And then she smiles at me.
Okay.
So
like, that's the sign.
I was just like, okay.
Yeah. It's go time.
I'm just like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? I'm stressing out. Then I got her looking at me, so I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
And like, it gets to like around midnight. And she comes over. She's like, "Hey, like my name is blah blah blah." For the sake of the story, I'll call her Lauren.
Okay.
And I know several Laurens. It's not you, but I'll call Lauren for the sake of the story. So Lauren comes over. She's like, "Hey, like what's your name?" Blah blah blah. We start talking.
Yeah. Like
this short brunette, look like these smoky eyes. She's like dead ass, just like staring me down.
Okay.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Because I'm not used to like somebody like getting this close to me.
Right.
So me and her just start talking for a little bit, like nothing like too like
just like
intimate. Yeah,
talk,
we just like just like chatting.
Okay.
And like we just talking for like a little while. She's asking like where you from. She's telling me like where she's from, where her family does, and sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And like say we get into it for like another like 20 minutes, and then then the girls that I came with, they're like, okay. Hey, we're finna go back to our friend's house because their friend lives off campus, so they're gonna like take her car and just drive to her place.
Okay.
I'm like, y'all good? And they're like, yeah, we're good. You good? I'm like, okay, sure.
So you're staying?
Yeah, I'll stay.
Yeah, okay.
Because it wasn't that far of a walk. I could just walk home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they leave, and like 2 minutes later, the girl's like, hey, I don't know how to bring this up, but do you want to go back to my place?
Okay.
I was like,
you're in panic mode at this point?
I was at like a 6 when I got there.
Yeah.
I'm at fucking Psycho Mob 100, just like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. All right, I want to see where this goes.
Yeah. This is when the twist comes in.
Okay. She's a dude.
No.
Okay. All right.
Trust me, you won't see this coming. So I'm like, I mean, sure, why not? I'm thinking like, should I make an excuse?
Yeah.
Should I go? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not doing anything. It's a Friday night.
Yeah.
I ain't doing shit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sure.
You just moved here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay.
Luckily she like lived like 2 blocks away.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just walk over not even 2, it's like a block away. So we walk over to her apartment.
Nice.
And again, she's like holding my arm.
Yeah.
Like squeezing it.
Right.
I'm just like, I'm not used to like somebody being like this close to me.
Okay.
Part of me is like, yeah, you gonna get some.
Yeah, like this is what college is about.
And then I was like, there's something going on.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like before Get Out came out. So
before Get Out came out?
Mm-hmm,
okay.
I'm like, this something ain't right.
Yeah.
So we walk over to her place, and it was kind of like the same complex of where the last party was.
Okay.
But it's like a different building.
Yeah.
So we go to her place. We go upstairs, and then we hear like this loud bump, like coming from like one of the rooms.
Okay.
and it's like this weird, like it smelled like oil in the room. Oh, and like in the whole part, it's like this strong, like this vague, strong scent of oil. Not like car oil. I couldn't place it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Well, I'm like, whatever. I'm taking off my shoes.
Yeah.
Taking off my coat.
You're in the apartment.
Yeah, I'm in the apartment at this point.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where this story is going. I'm
Oh.
so confused. Okay.
Okay, so sorry about that. Pro Tools just crashed for like a quick second.
Wait, we still
Yeah,
got
we're good.
it?
We're good.
All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Where was I? Yeah.
So you take your coat off.
Yeah, take my coat off. Because like there's like a coat like rack next to the door.
Yeah.
And there's take my shoes off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I'm trying to prepare myself at this point. Like, I don't know what's about to happen.
Right.
And again, we hear like another loud bump.
Okay.
And this time we hear like this loud moan.
Oh.
I was like, huh? Okay, whatever.
Okay. And she's not like confused by this at all?
Nothing. She's unfazed by this.
And it's okay. All right. I got you. Go ahead.
And so it's like this living room. It's like this big living room area. Then we go down. There's a hallway to the left.
This is a big apartment.
Yeah, it's like 4 bedrooms.
Wow. It's like a house damn near. Okay.
So we go in. So we go down this hallway, and there's like 2 rooms that are closed, and then there's like one that's like open with the lights off.
Okay.
And then there's this one room that door was like cracked open. It's like this light just like blinking.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you have like Christmas lights in the room, and you have like one that's like kind of blinking off and on. So it's like dimly lit.
Okay.
And so she's like grabbing my hands. We walking down this hallway.
Yeah.
And like as I'm going down this hallway, I smell like the oil more and more. I'm like, what the hell is this smell?
Yo, this is scaring me. What? Okay.
So we open the door. Well, she opens the door.
Yeah.
Turns on. She turns up the light a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's these 2 guys in this bed, and they're going at it like this big girl in the middle.
Whoa. Wait, I gotta make sure I heard that right.
So it's this big ass bed.
Yeah.
And there's 2 guys in the bed, butt naked.
And a big girl.
Yeah, there's this big girl in the middle, and they're just going at her.
All 3 of them.
Yes. So like she's in the middle, and they're on both ends.
And the girl you're with opened the door to that room.
Yeah.
And let you in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was like a king size bed too, so it was huge.
Right.
I don't even know how they got it in there, to be honest.
Okay.
But I open this door and I see this. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was speechless.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then like they stop for a second,
Yeah.
and they look at us, and the girls and Lauren's like, dude, like what? Like she's like, what the fuck? Like what's going on?
To them.
Yeah, to them.
Okay, so she's confused too. Okay, we're getting there. All right. Let me just let you finish.
So yeah, she's like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You were supposed to wait for us to get here.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. Okay.
At that point, I was like,
That was her concern. Okay, my bad.
I don't even know how to like really finish it.
So then you hit the peace sign.
I was like, and keep in mind when I'm like the moment I walked through the door,
Yeah.
the guy on the left,
Yeah.
dead ass just staring me down.
Oh god. Okay.
Even though he had his thing in her mouth already.
Oh jeez.
And he's just like he looked at me like I'm a fucking like a hawk.
Yeah.
I was just like a fucking rabbit.
He's like you're next type of look.
And then he licking his lips and shit. I'm just like,
okay. Jeez.
and I was like, I tell you what, I'll hit you up later. I got your number. I'll hit you up later. I just walked out.
Yeah.
I'd say nothing else.
Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't even give her that the I'll hit you up later. It would just be like, nah.
I was trying to be
Wouldn't
polite about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like,
That's crazy. I've heard some wild stories. I've never heard one that wild. Jeez.
And I just didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Dude, I see why you're writing a book now. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. And here's a funny thing. Actually ran into her like
Oh, the story continues. Okay.
Well, not really. It's just like I ran into her like one day I was like grabbing lunch on campus.
Yeah.
And I just happened to run into her.
Yeah.
I don't think she recognized me though.
Good.
I don't. She might have. I'm not sure because we just like ran into each other. I said like I was like busy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, excuse me, and then I was like, wait, because she had cut her hair and now she was blonde.
Yeah.
That's why I recognized her.
Wow. Okay. She was definitely on the run or something.
I don't know.
Jeez. Has any part of you ever been like, maybe I should hit her up like after that?
I don't. I feel like because to me, I feel like that was like a package. Like if you get her, you gotta get everything else.
Yeah. No, it definitely is.
I mean, she was really nice too. I mean, she was like cute.
Yeah.
You know, she said I'm not really gonna put her business out there or anything like that, but you know, she was.
You would be really surprised to find out like some of the most normal looking people end up being like the weirdest people, like low key. You know? Man, that's a story.
I told this story to my girlfriend. She was like, "You should have stayed."
What? Was she serious?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell with her sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because me and her talk shit so much. It's like I don't know if you're like being serious. Like I should have stayed or whatever.
No, you shouldn't have stayed.
Yeah,
you did the right thing.
Sometimes I think about what would have happened if I stayed.
You probably wouldn't be walking the same right now, bro. Like I don't know.
See, it's not like I have anything against like bisexuals or anything like that.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's just like you have to be prepared for it. You have to be like warned before you're in a situation like that.
You don't just say, hey, you want to go back to my place? Oh yeah, by the way, we're having an orgy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like that's not a detail you just leave out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I think what really killed is the guy just like looking at me like I was a fucking Happy Meal.
Yeah.
he wanted to like break my legs.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Jeez, man. Is that a siren? Police siren?
Sometimes it's hard. I can't tell if it's like a siren or somebody just screaming.
That's a siren. That's definitely a siren.
These Chicago. I'm sorry, but these Chicago sirens sound drunk as hell.
No, they really do though. They're probably just overused. Man.
It's like they'll just give up like halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did have like one more question for you though.
Okay, what's up?
If you could work on like a project with any like celebrity, it could be like your dream project, right? Yeah. If you could like work with like any celebrity, who would it be and why?
It would be Lil Wayne. I was a huge Lil Wayne fan in middle school.
Right.
That was when I first started getting into music. It was really like Linkin Park because of AMV videos, like we were talking about. But then after that, it was like, it probably made the transition because Linkin Park did like the Jay-Z collab or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was sick. But then and then Jay-Z somehow brought me to Lil Wayne, and then when I found out about Lil Wayne, it was like, okay, this is music for me now. You know, like I listened to, I had like the bootleg iPods with like just loaded with all Lil Wayne music, you know? And yeah, like as a middle school kid, it was really weird that the only person I listened to was Lil Wayne, like growing up into the suburbs, but that was like my idol as a kid, you know? And then like, I don't know, just growing up, like I still feel like that just like holds such a dear place in my childhood and like why I started even getting involved in music and stuff like that, that working with Lil Wayne would definitely be like my
what would it be like the project?
Lil Wayne rapping on my beats.
Oh.
That would just be so sick. Cause like, I don't know do you listen to Tyler the Creator at all?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Did you hear, Dropping Seeds? Have you heard that song, Dropping Seeds? It's like Lil Wayne rapping the way he did in his prime over like this super jazzy, beautiful Tyler the Creator beat, you know? And like that is not the type of stuff Lil Wayne was rapping on when I loved him, you know. But that was like even better, you know. That was like something crazy to me, and like I don't know, just something like that, something in that realm would be so cool to hear a whole project from Lil Wayne.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, that'd be goals. I don't know if he would be doing a whole project, but that's just like dream world, you know, like
a quick collab that you would love to do.
I would love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, any final words for our listeners? Where they can hit you up?
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active, at the sleepy emoji, all written out like THESLEEPE.
Yeah, I'll make sure to always leave a description, like a link to everybody's Instagrams and everything else.
Yes, sir.
Any shout outs to anybody?
Shout out to you, man. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, no problem.
This was fun. Yeah.
If you ever decide, hey, I want to come back and talk some more weird shit.
Man, I'm definitely down to talk some more weird stuff. Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you all for listening in. Thank you all for like really just giving me the opportunity to, I don't know, just like harass your ear holes for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with this channel, do with this podcast. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. And yeah, you can support me on Patreon. So subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Zach the Insomniac. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and Hulu sponsor us.
Yeah, definitely Hulu. And Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble, man. Come on.
Get it together.
Get it together.
I would say if you're going to do a personality quiz,
yeah,
shorten that shit to 20 questions.
Oh yeah, 20 questions.
No more. If you say 5 to 10 minutes,
it's not 5 minutes, guys. Don't do it. It's not 5 minutes.
just don't go there.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Not a good idea.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Peace.